All right, this is documentation of what is ongoing federal group stalking and monitoring, which is appreciate the threat that is posed to the targeted individual that is subject to federal group stalking and monitoring, it's a criminal system that is serving a criminal purpose by a government, a state. This is public corruption, where a government and a people, this is the entity as I've referred to it, are engaged in an ongoing conspiracy to murder and or permanently kidnap an American citizen. This is why you engage in criminal surveillance in the U.S. It's unconstitutional. It's criminal. It's entirely unlawful. It's illegitimate. It's entirely inappropriate. It's clearly weird, even as the entity does so through demonic means. They are demon-possessed group stalkers, and this is the state of California that's acting with the people of the state in a demonic environment and engaging and employing demonic methods to engage in surveillance, which is, again, to the ignorant onlooker, you are looking at somebody that you just think is going about their business, and they're actually monitoring you, and the entire environment is serving for that facilitation, meaning each person is monitoring you, and they're enabling everyone else around you to monitor you. And it is group conduct, and it is group conduct that the government is facilitating with that population. That's what I'm capturing at third-party facilitating venue Best Western at 2642 Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa, California. And so with regard to an ongoing conspiracy to murder and or kidnap me, the same exact pattern of conduct, you can just swipe out the name of Town Place Suites by Marriott and enter in Best Western Newport Mesa in Costa Mesa, California, because they're engaging in the exact same pattern of conduct. And so before I came to this one in Town Place, I was at Alvarado Gardens, and that's exactly what was underway as I remained at Alvarado Gardens in Los Angeles from July 2023 to July 2024. And the pattern of conduct is very heavily documented and fully corroborated regarding the evidence that I already had sitting on it's just evidence sitting on the record. And I frequently referred to it while the entity that is the state of California engaged in the same exact criminal conspiracy to murder and or kidnap me. So the entity is engaging in that ongoing criminal system, and I remain subject to what is harassment as an entity, terrorism as an entity, while demons fill this hotel. And this is also relevant to the RICO charges and the civil recovery and against the people of the state going by the name. Remember, the commercial means whereby the entity is group stalking, not only here, but again, adjacent. I also documented the address of Star Inn, which is less than 50 steps away from where I'm located, and you can see relevant positioning. You can see the light source there. This is analogous to what Silverview Townhomes is engaged in. In other words, as I've shown you the pattern of conduct, as the entire state keeps you under surveillance, you are looking at, while I keep the center of the universe limited to my maintenance of presence all day and not going anywhere at Alvarado Gardens, that's what the entire state is doing no matter where I go, everywhere that I go at all times. And all people are engaging in that. It's demonic activity. So giving that, I want to preface that with what is within the belt pattern of conduct by the state, and it is criminal obstruction of justice. And so while I'm documenting every picture that I'm taking, every screenshot that I capture, demons are engaging in harassment by audible activity creation. Demons that surround above. This is which would be room 303 above, adjacent to be which would be room 204, and adjacent to the opposite side, which would be 202, and then underneath would be 103, and again adjacent 104 and 102. They're all engaged in criminal surveillance, meaning maintaining presence surrounding, if you will, all around me, which I pointed out how the entity engages in the system, and facilitating venues such as a hotel. They're checking in and out. That's a record for nobody's anonymously engaging in state surveillance, and they're going to be prosecuted for terrorism. They're also engaged in ceaseless harassment while demons are stalking through a commercial means provided by a third party that is Best Western, who